My name's Ann Carrington. I'm an artist from Margate, which is just outside London on the coast. I've got a big studio with lots of assistants, and I make sculptures mainly from recycled found objects, and I've been doing it for years. I've been doing it since I was making these kind of sculptures and toys and artwork since I was a small girl. I was inspired by a lot of the domestic objects that would have been in the house. The family were great entertainers and they hosted many parties and dinner parties. So I thought about what might have been on the tables, the goblets, the silver cutlery, the salt and pepper pots, and I tried to incorporate all of those objects into the sculptures. All of the bouquets are inspired by different gardens at Cheekwood, and this one is inspired by the Carroll Dogwood garden and the dogwood flowers. It's made entirely from cutlery, and you have to get up really close to see that. I start at the bottom and weld to the top. All of the flowers I make before I start. So all the flowers are made from, I collect the spoons, I collect the ball bearings for the stamen, the spoon ends, and the flowers probably take about 3 months to make. And then I'll lay them all out on my welding desk, and then I'll build the bouquet up from the bottom to the top. And that process probably takes about 3 days. This piece is a little bit more tenuous because it came about indirectly. It is made for the Cheekwood exhibition, but I was actually working on another piece which was a bouquet for the exhibition. And as I was working on that bouquet, I saw a spider working in the corner of the window up just above my desk. And I thought, how industrious, how creative. And I stopped and I did a little bit of research, and I saw that a spider's silk, if it was human size or on a human scale, it'd be like strong as steel, and it'd be strong enough to catch a jumbo jet. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to stop what I'm doing and I'm going to make a spider's web. And I was thinking, how can I make this fit into the Cheekwood? There is a link. And then I thought about all the walks outside in the Cheekwood gardens and the spiders and the insects that might be there, and that's how I brought the idea in. So I made my spider's web from steel, and inside of the web you can see all of the insects that have been caught within the web, and I built that alongside the spider that was making his web for real, or her web. So, and each spider has been embroidered with beads. First of all, I did a little bit of research into the family that lived here. So that's Mabel and Leslie Cheek and their 2 children, Leslie and Huldah. And I imagined Mabel having a charm bracelet, and this is the bracelet that I've made that I imagined that she had. So I thought about the charms that she might have collected on her travels all over the world. Every charm has a relevance to the family. So they travelled to Egypt, so we have a camel. We have a swan after the Swan Lake, which we have on the Cheekwood estate. And we've got some little London figures here, like soldiers. We have a train because Mabel and Leslie met on a train. Horses because the Cheeks were great equestrians, and hence the horseshoes as well. And then we have all of the family special charms. That's Huldah on that charm. And then there's also lots of other charms, which I think you do have on a charm bracelet, and you can't remember where you found them or why you've got them, and I can't explain them either. My favourite piece is in the other room, and that's called Arakoth, and I like it so much that I never keep it at the studio, I keep it at home. Arakoth is like a big blob, and Arakoth is an object in space, and it's the most distant object ever photographed by NASA. It's like this planet, which is a really interesting conjoined shape, and I've made my planet out of spoons. There's something about the shape that is very satisfying. What I'm hoping is that people will look at mundane objects in a different way. They'll see the magic in the ordinary. I think it would help if they read up a little bit on the family and the history, which you can do as you enter the house, and then you'll have a better understanding of the pieces and where I'm coming from and the influences that I had. But also, I think there's a lot more than meets the eye in every sculpture. So what might appear like a bouquet of roses is actually made from spoons. So come in with an open mind, think laterally, and I hope when you leave you'll think, well, anything in the world is a possible material to make a sculpture.